Hi. Say hi, Rosie. Rosie, go say hi. Oh, hi, Rosie. So I wanted to talk a little about why it's so important not to pet a dog while they're working. Because I think a lot of people genuinely don't know how important it is, and what can actually happen, or even why they shouldn't be petting or interacting or talking to a working dog. I think people, honestly, they don't have bad intentions, all of them, but they just need to be educated. Okay. So number one, a working dog is there to help aid its handler with their medical condition / disability, and if you distract them in any way by, whether that be the types of distractions, there can be patting, making kissy sounds like going yes, the kissy sounds, or even saying, oh my gosh, hi doggy, like going up, or just kind of showing gesture towards the dog. And obviously most of the time they'll ignore you, but that distraction they could miss a command or an alert, or they could simply just miss something that could harm the handler. Yeah. And if the handler, say, is sitting on the ground, or often I get Rosie's doing DBT, deep pressure therapy, and for that I like have my legs out flat, and she applies the pressure over them. And a lot of people think, oh yeah, but it's just sitting on you, or she's just laying on you. And that's not the case. And so oftentimes she'll be doing that, and someone will come up and be like, oh my gosh, a puppy, and she obviously just ignores them, but they still do, and I think they just think, oh, it's just sitting, like it's just, what's it doing? It doesn't look like it's working, it's just sitting here. But she actually is. So I think if they could stop presuming that, if they see an animal in a public space that has a vest on, or has a harness, like a guide dog, they should think, oh, that's a working dog, like, cool, but don't pet. Or like with their children, because a lot of people have kids that come up, and the other day we were in a shop, and we were standing in a checkout line, and it was very busy coming up to Christmas, and so Rosie was she was really focused on me, and she was getting ready to do a block at the counter, and but at this stage she was just like beside me, and this child, there was like a bar in between, so like me and Rosie were like here, and then there was like a bar here, and then like a child here, and a mum, and this child leans through the bar and tries to pet Rosie, and I'm like, I say, Rosie, leave it, because she kind of looks, and she leaves it and goes back to what she was doing, and this child keeps leaning through this bar, and the mum was like, oh, don't pat its head, it might not like you patting its head. And I was thinking, how about not petting it at all? Because she was very clearly, like, her vest, they could see it, 100% they could see it. And then this mum lets her child come around from the checkout next to us, around through this bar, and just petting all over Rosie, and she's like, oh, I don't think the dog likes you petting it there. And I didn't say anything because I was kind of in shock that, so your child probably shouldn't be petting at all. Like, even if you just asked, hey, is it okay if my child pets your dog? Not just letting it come up and pet, because that could have, like, it was a big environment. I could have got overwhelmed and could have gone really bad. So there's reasons, I guess, for not petting. I think maybe they just genuinely didn't know, but they could have asked, I think, in that situation. Yeah. So when you talk, a lot of people say, oh, but you know, I wasn't petting it, or I wasn't reaching down and giving it cuddles and all that stuff. And I think they think, yeah, but I wasn't doing that. What's the problem? I wasn't petting it. And instead they'll like get down on their hands and knees, or they'll make the kissy sounds, or they'll be like, oh, hi doggy. Oh, you're a good doggy. Are you a good doggy? And they don't understand, I think, that petting isn't just because we don't want you to pet. Like, we're not worried you're going to give our dog fleas. Like, we're saying you can't pet because it's a distraction. And if anything, you're actually distracting them more by making those sounds. And, like, some people do it innocently. I think people just don't think. And it would be super helpful if people would think, actually, I can't pet, and I can't make kissy noises, and I can't talk to the dog. Like, they could talk to me, that's cool, but like, they shouldn't be talking through my dog. Like, they should almost ignore her. Treat me as a human, not just think, oh, that's a dog, and talk to the dog. Like, because sometimes it can be, I'm happy to chat about her and talk about her and just have a general conversation. But if they're like just talking to her, it can be really frustrating, because I'd just be trying to shop and something, or like walking down the street and they'll just be talking to her, and I'm like, it's just always awkward, because you're like, you sometimes can feel like invisible, because they're there not for other people's entertainment, they're there to do a job. And if you're talking to them, they're not going to, like, if someone's talking to you while you were trying to type a essay or something, you'd lose focus and not do as good of a job. So it's the same for them. What happens often is people like to ask really intrusive questions out and about. So like, I'll be in the mall, for example, and they'll be like, I don't know what they're doing. They're in the mall, and I will be going about my business, and they'll come up and be like, oh my gosh, I love your dog. And I always am like, oh, thank you so much. And then they'll be like, what breed is it? And I'm like, oh, she's a Labradoodle. Or they'll be like, what does she do? And I'll say something generic, like something simple that like doesn't get too much. And like, oh, she's a therapy dog, or oh, she helps with my medical stuff, or oh, she helps me, or oh, she's my support dog, or I don't know, something generic. And they're like, oh yeah, but how does she help you? And I'll say something like, oh, you know, she does these tasks that help me, and she, by just being and doing what she's trying to do. And they'll be like, yeah, but what's that? And I'll be like, And so I printed off these cards that work really well. But sometimes people they just keep asking intrusive questions. And I think, I know this is an example that gets used a lot, but you wouldn't go up to someone's wheelchair and be like, oh, what brand's your wheelchair? Or, oh, can I pet your wheelchair? Or, oh, why do you have that wheelchair? I get they're probably genuinely curious and they have the best intentions when they're asking, because they just are curious. But sometimes it's personal. Like, if I'm having a good day, then that's great. Like, I'll share what Rosie does and how she helps me and have a chit chat. But if I'm having less of a good day, you cause some harm to me by being intrusive and digging, when I'm clearly trying to give you short answer, or like an overall answer. And instead of digging, you can just be, oh, okay, cool, and go do some research or something. When you're home in your own personal time, because we're not there as much. As it's really good that we can like speak out about it and that we can educate people. We've got our own stuff to deal with, just as everyone does, and they're there to help us. And sometimes you asking all your questions and all of that, it actually causes, it could cause us issues. And obviously we try to be as friendly as possible, but if someone is sometimes a little bit rude or blunt, don't take it as like, oh my gosh, they've been so rude, or oh, how rude. Take it as they might be having a bad day, and they obviously have that dog for a reason. I don't need to know the reason, but just kind of let them be, I guess. Let the person with the working dog be. I think that would be something that people could, obviously you're going to see the dog when it's there, like it's kind of hard not to. There's a dog in a mall or a dog in a supermarket, but if you could just like, instead of like reacting first, I think if people could just think, hey, it's a working dog. Like, just in general, I feel like people necessarily, like when you're at the dog park, I know I most certainly wouldn't just go up to any dog in the dog park and start patting it, because you don't know what the dog's behaviour will be, how it will react, or any of that. And obviously I think people think, oh yeah, it's a working dog, so it's going to be well behaved and friendly, but it is a working dog. It's not for you to pet or socialise or get entertainment out of, just as you would be not going up to in the dog park and saying, oh, you know, and I get in a dog park, it is like a dog friendly area, so people will come up and be more friendly there, but I know I most certainly wouldn't just go up to some random dog at the dog park and be like, oh hi, pet, 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 pet. I'll be like, oh, is he okay to pet? Like, can I pet him? That's not even a working dog, that's just like a dog at a dog park. But I'd always ask first, like, because you don't know how the dog could react. I don't know your dog. So I think if people could kind of take away the shock of it's a dog in a supermarket, and think that dog's in the supermarket to help its handler, I should let them go about their life and maybe smile at them or say, oh, cute dog. Like, I always smile when people say that, like, oh, thanks. When they like say it to me, not when they're like, oh, you're a cute dog, to her. But if they're like, oh, I love your dog, I say, oh, thank you so much, you know, that's so nice. And I think, I don't know, I think that if the more we can educate people, the better, because I think people genuinely don't know. So, yeah. Rosie, come say bye. Come on. Oh, strange, come on. You go say bye. You say bye. So thanks for listening. And I hope you learned about some of the reasons why it's important not to pet me while I'm doing my job, eh? Yeah. See ya. Good.